Okay. Okay, if it's not working now, I don't know what's going on. Let's see if it says it's starting. It's saying I'm live. It's okay, I can see it. I can see the stream. It says the stream isn't healthy, but it says it's streaming. Can you see me? Okay, right. So I need to tell you what just happened. Okay, because if we go down again, I'm not coming back up. Just to warn you by that. Let's have that running because it's nice. If the stream goes down again, we're done. I just wanted to try and wrap up the stream. But what happened was, it cut out a second time, but only for like 20 seconds. And then it cut back in. I'm like, okay. And I carried on talking, and I refreshed the chat, and the chat was going, and I carried on talking, and then I'm like, actually, people aren't saying much in the chat at all. And I'm like, can you actually see me? And then chat didn't say anything. I'm like, what? And OBS is like, yes, you're streaming at 5,000 kilobytes per second. And YouTube says, I think it didn't say live or offline. It was yellow, which it still is right now. It's supposed there's green, yellow, and grey. It's on yellow right now. It was before. And I'm like, okay, well, yellow means that there is a stream, just that it's struggling. But apparently, despite the fact that OBS is like, yep, you're sending 50 kilobytes per second to YouTube servers right now, the stream wasn't live. It wasn't happening. Somewhere in the line, it wasn't actually getting to your screens. I don't know what that was about. And then I hit stop streaming and start streaming, and it still did it. So then I hit stop streaming and just sat here with my arms crossed for 30 seconds and hit start streaming again, and it came back. I don't know what's going on. YouTube, fix yourself. Go home, YouTube, you're drunk. And go home my internet as well. YouTube and my internet, get on your horses and go home because you're drunk. There we go, we tied it in. Oh dear, okay. See, I was just trying to wrap up my thoughts. I was just trying to say that the thing about low density structure is that previously I would assemble rocket components separately from everything else. And so the plastic and the solid fuel would be delivered to a different area and be made into things. But now, because utility science uses low density structure, I need to make low density structure actually on the main bus, which ruins my whole system with turning plastic into advanced circuits. That's all I wanted to say! And then I was going to wrap up and tell future Bentham what he needed to do, which is fix utility science, deal with the fact that I just noticed that this is done, and so the entire resource base over here has now completed the purpose it was built for. These deposits are gone, and we can build much, much further out. Like, ridiculously so. With the main bus. We now have all the space the main bus would ever need. So there we go. That was all I wanted to say. I just wanted to brief future Bentham and do the proper outro things. And YouTube just is so mean. Doing weird things and breaking and then telling me I'm streaming when I'm not streaming. Oh dear. Okay, so let's actually wrap it up. Where you can find me in the coming week. Well, I'm planning on covering Factory Towns, a new game that's coming out next week, because I have a key, and so you'll see some of that, and maybe another game that we heard about earlier today. It's secrets, we'll see. I've got to send an email. I've got to remember, as soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm sending an email. Should have done it while the stream was blooming down. Actually, I couldn't, because the internet was down. Yeah, that wouldn't work. But yes, more games to come. More episodes of Volcanoids and Kingdoms and Castles are already recorded and will be coming up soon. Tomorrow, I am most likely going to be on E's channel at 6 PM to 10 PM playing his mage hack of Vampire the Masquerade. Joining that for this week after being away from it for a while. Then on Thursday, the plan is to do a 2-hour Factorio stream with EE, continuing the save file that we made last week. And then on Sunday will be the final episode of Stargate Horizons on the Roll For It Twitch channel. So I would say tune in, but that would be dumb. If you haven't been watching the whole time, go watch it from the start instead of tuning in to the final episode. But that does mean that in a week after that, the next Sunday, Sunday the 17th of March, we are starting a new show on Sundays with Roll For It, which is Masks Storm Force. That's what it's called, Masks Storm Force, where we are playing teenage superheroes, and it's all about drama and feelings, and actually very little to do with actually being a superhero. That's just the framing device, basically, for the drama, is my view of it. And maybe not quite so much, but there's a big focus on sort of interpersonal stuff with that, like just interacting with the other characters and just getting into fights over things, I think, basically, and all that sort of thing. Yeah, it's going to be very, very cool. The stream on Thursday will be 6 p.m. No, 8 p.m. BST, GMT, or will BST have started? It won't have started. BST starts soon, though. Yeah, GMT, 8 p.m. GMT to 10 p.m. GMT, I think, is when me and E are going to be streaming. That seems like the plan. We'll see. And yeah, so tune into the new Sunday show, starting 17th of March at 6 p.m. BST. It's 6 p.m. GMT, but it's 11... I hate time zones, right? Because I have to deal with them as part of my work, basically. Roll For It has to constantly deal with time zone buggery, and it all just going wrong. And so, what's happening on the 17th in the morning... on the 10th, actually. This Sunday at midnight, or 1 a.m. or whatever it is, the clocks change in the US only, not in the UK, meaning that all the times we use to tell people when shows are on are now wrong for the US and remain right for Europe. That's the idea. It's like, okay, more people stick with the later change to daylight savings, so we'll stick to that, but people in the US are going to be real confused for 3 weeks while their shows suddenly start an hour later. So if we're in the US, it's real confusing for the next few weeks, but our Sunday show starts at 6 p.m. GMT. Just type March 10th, 6 p.m. GMT into Google, and it'll tell you what time zone it is for you, because I sure can't tell you right now. Because it's a mess. Oh dear. And yeah, it is. I will be playing John Shepard tomorrow in Mage, which I didn't realize was the name of Commander Shepard, but I've gone with it now, and it perfectly fits because the idea is it's supposed to be the action hero-iest name I could come up with. And what better than John Shepard? No, it's not UTC. It's GMT. We stick to GMT, and then when it shifts to BST, we stick to BST. We don't use UTC. So our show time will change in 3 weeks. But it will change for people in the US in 1 week. And then it will change again in 3 weeks. Whereas if you change your clocks with everyone else in Europe and all that, then the show will never seem to change time for you. It will be at 6 p.m. GMT and then 6 p.m. BST. So we'll be fine. But in the US, it's going to be off-kilter. It's going to be an hour later for 3 weeks, and it's the worst. Especially because it happens Sunday morning. So we have a show on Saturday, and then a show on Sunday, and in between those shows, the clocks change. Oh, your point is I should stick to UTC. No. No. Because, like, if we just hold it to UK time, then it means that everything's off kilter for the US for 4 to 6 weeks of the year, but the rest of the time it's all the same. If we stuck to UTC, then the times would mess up for everyone twice a year and stay messed up. You don't want that. You want a brief bit of weirdness and then a return to normality, rather than two different systems depending on what time of year it is. What you really need is for there not to be daylight savings time anymore. It's the worst. I hate it. Messes up everything. Farmers should just get up at the right time. Why do they need the clocks to change for them? To force them to... Like, this is the thing I don't get. Time isn't real in the sense we measure it. Our measurements of time are meaningless. We've just ascribed them to time to make it easier for us to measure increments of time. What hour we say it is does not mean anything, and yet for some reason we've decided to change the time for more than half the year to trick ourselves into sleeping at different times so that we get more sunlight. Just sleep at different times without doing... I hate daylight savings, it's so bad. It just makes everyone's jobs harder in a rapidly globalizing world. Okay, rant over, I'm going now. Watch the new shows. There's gonna be lots of videos over the next few weeks. I'm gonna be making a vlog, at least one vlog, over the next few days about my absence or my Patreon, or I'm gonna make two separate ones about it. I'm not sure, I haven't decided. I'm thinking of making a separate one that will come out soon about why I was away, and then another one later on about why I'm launching my Patreon. I feel like I need to address why I was away before I ask you to give me money. And in the meantime, there's going to be lots of videos of various different games, because a lot of indie games are hitting full release right now, and a lot more are appearing, and it's too much. It's just too much. But there we go. I'm going to go now before my internet cuts out again. Farmers ignore daylight savings time. I thought that was... But that... Where? Yeah, it was made for farmers. It was made for farmers so that they would... not lose any, like, so that daylight would be... I don't know what it was. I don't even get what their reasoning is, but it's something to do with when they wake up, and it's like, just change when you wake up, instead of changing all time, so that you continue to wake up at the same time, but it's not actually the same time, because you just moved time. It's dumb. I'm gonna go. Thank you everyone for watching. I've just been running the clock on the Ribbonworld game for a while there. We'll go to the leaving screen. I'm tired. I need to go. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. Thank you very much for all of the super chats today, especially the ones that were just to clear the event history, and thank you very much to the new members as well. That's really awesome. I'll be saying hi to them in the Discord shortly. We'll be seeing more of this soon. I plan on streaming more regularly. I'm thinking about having... You're going to be excited about this. I'm thinking about setting regular stream times. Already it seems like I'm going to have a regular stream time on Thursdays. I may start having a regular stream time for personal streams of Ribbonworld and other games. And I'm thinking it's going to be Monday. And I'm thinking it's going to be 6 PM or 8 PM. For 2 hours. Or maybe 4. So there's something exciting. This was a test run of that. It went mixed. Because I started at like 11:15. When I meant to start at 8. And do something before then. And I didn't do that thing. So yeah, there may well be stream schedules. And yes, if you missed the start of the stream, it's all going to be published shortly on the YouTube when I've managed to deal with the fact that it's in 3 or possibly 5 parts. I don't even know. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you all for hanging around and waiting for me to return, by the way. That's also very much appreciated, especially those who were YouTube members during that time. I'm sorry and thank you. I hope the gift of early access to this week's videos was nice, that I gave you like a week ago now. They've already seen 3 episodes of Volcanoids and 2 episodes of Kingdoms and Castles, and you've only seen 1 of each of those so far. I just was like, here's all the stuff I've recorded. I'm sorry. But thank you all for hanging around, and I hope to never be gone for quite that long again, and I'll address why. It's a bit of a non-answer. The answer is I wasn't gone. But I will talk about it soon. But Thank you all very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.